Hello, good people of YouTube, I Slava Ukraini. This is my weekly forecast for things that I'm looking for in the coming week to plan out my trades. And I actually did a review for last week, or I did a forecasting for last week, but just forgot to post it. It was rendering, and then I just got caught up in things, so whatever. I did kind of have this scenario going on last week, but what I was thinking was more so going to happen is maybe a 1 or 2 day kind of move down to the negative 150, which would make pretty much a double bottom, and then it would come up and just hang out here in this price range. And that was my primary scenario for last week. It sort of almost happened, but not really. As you can see, it didn't make it all the way down to the negative 150, and then really just couldn't maintain price up in this area. It just kept on failing with the SMAs. So on Friday we had the push down. Good thing I didn't trade on Friday, because I probably would have tried to do a long here because of the double bottom sort of negative 150 situation. The last time I saw it go to a 200 extension of a weekly level was actually 1 or 2 weeks after the war began, the Ukrainian war. So yeah, so it doesn't happen that often, so I wouldn't have planned that out. So I was kind of getting somewhere with those thoughts, but you know, it worked out differently, as it always does with trading. So other things that were significant about the prices that it went through and tested was it's pretty much on the weekly 50 SMA, which I think is going to be important. I mean, you know, I do SMAs, some people don't, but as you can see, this could definitely be an area where it potentially finds some support, you know, going back here also. Obviously there's some price support in there as well. So you know, I think it lends to my idea, because what I'm primarily thinking is going to happen. This is the QM chart, but it's pretty much the same thing. And my QM chart doesn't have as many lines as my CL chart, so this is just what I'm going to show you guys. The price range for last week was greater than the week before, and I don't think that it's I really don't think that there's going to be another test down to the negative 150 extension. That seems like a bit much to me, especially after it having tested down to the 200 extension. And the other thing that I wanted to bring up, so a few weeks ago, I had the idea that potentially it could get down to this level. So based on where it was acting right over here, I just thought that this would be kind of the quote-unquote natural place for it to get to, so this 75 zone, which is close to the negative 150, but I just don't think it's going to happen this week, especially like I was mentioning, because we have that 50 SMA on the weekly. Paying attention to that, you know, I think we might get some bounciness here. You never know, but I really don't think that it's going to be able to get much back into here. I think, you know, this 84 level is probably going to be a very kind of big natural resistance area. You know, 83, 84. So yeah, I'm thinking that's the range here from this 83 and the 78, and probably do a little bit of another test down and potentially even just kind of range in this area here. But I just don't think that it's clearly bearish at this point. I think that's been pretty well established. It has some natural support in this area, and so I think that it's just going to range. Having said that, it's the markets, they get to do whatever they want. So scenarios that I'm looking for where it actually comes down is if it really does start failing in this area here, or kind of if it comes down and then makes this area and this supportive line here, diagonal supportive line. Its resistance. So down makes this its resistance. Potentially you can have a move all the way down, but I think once again, I said this last week where I think the bulls are definitely going to try again, and I think that might be the case again. I just don't see it breaking down again. But you never know. And that's why I talk these things out, because I can set a vision of what I'm thinking might happen. And if it doesn't happen, then you know just to do the opposite. So we'll see what actually ends up panning out. I hope all of you guys have a great trading week. And yeah, be disciplined. And I'll see you all next week. Bye!